Quincy Volunteer Fire Department was originally founded in 1878. The first group of volunteers used very simple firefighting tools, including fire hydrants and hand-drawn hose carts. 140 years later, there have been many changes, but the department continues to be mostly volunteer with only 3 paid positions. The fire chief, who manages the department, a facilities maintenance manager mechanic, who maintains all of our fire apparatus, equipment, and facilities, and an administrative secretary who manages the office and the district finances. There are 31 dedicated and highly trained volunteer firefighters. We have 14 volunteer support team members and 3 volunteer elected fire commissioners. Quincy Fire operates out of 3 fire stations, and 2/3 of our firefighters are medically certified. All firefighters are trained in rescue operations, and we operate an annual regional fire academy that is the only one of its kind in the county. We respond any time of day or night to over 700 emergencies a year, more than any other fire department in Plumas County. The Quincy Volunteer Fire Department always operates with a very modest budget and frugal values. About half of our budget comes from regular Prop 13 property taxes, and half from a supplemental parcel tax originally passed in 2006 and again in 2013, thanks to your support. We need your help maintaining our current funding to continue providing our high-quality level of service. We're asking for your vote to continue this tax of $96 per year per parcel. This is not a request for an additional new tax. This is a continuation of a tax you've already been paying for 10 years. Why do we need this? Our highest priorities for the use of this funding are, number 1, the repair, maintenance, and improvements needed to our fire stations. Number 2, properly equipping our firefighters with protective clothing and safety gear. Number 3, upgrading over time our aged fire apparatus and equipment, most of which has been handed down from other departments. And finally, number 4, to continue to provide high-quality training for our firefighters and support personnel to ensure their safety and your protection. Our main fire station in downtown Quincy was built in 1939, almost 80 years ago. Station 1 has been expanded 3 times, and a training facility was added to the rear of the station following a generous donation of land by then Quincy Fire Chief Andy Anderson and his wife Gail. The facility has evolved over time with a 3-story drill tower and an automated training burn building. All props were home built at very low cost and using our own labor and expertise. Our second fire station in East Quincy was built in 1947, 71 years ago, and it is badly in need of replacement. Our newest fire engine is 17 years old, and our donated ladder truck is now 42 years old. Without this continued funding, we will be unable to maintain our service levels, as our remaining funding will increasingly go toward keeping our old, tired, and out-of-date buildings and equipment in serviceable condition. The quality of our service is second to none in our county, and we've been used as a role model for other volunteer fire departments throughout California. The Insurance Services Office, or ISO, inspects and rates fire departments every 5 years. This rating is used as a guide for insurance companies when establishing your property insurance rates. A scale of 1 to 10 is used, with the best being a Class 1, which very few departments achieve nationally. The poorest rating is a Class 10, meaning there is no fire protection at all. While most community fire departments nationally fall into the public protection class of 4, 5, or 6, Quincy shares the best rating in Plumas County, a Class 3. This high rating is something we are very proud of, especially as a volunteer fire department operating on a small and relatively modest budget. This rating helps keep your insurance rates low and may become a very important future factor in the ability to have fire insurance at all. The recent large and destructive wildfires in California are causing some insurance companies to no longer renew policies where they determine the risk to be too high. We are proud participants in California's mutual aid system. For nearly half a century, we've had a State Office of Emergency Services fire engine provided to us for free for our use locally. In exchange, we occasionally respond out of county with 4 firefighters to assist with battling large fires and other disasters throughout the state. Similarly, Quincy Fire receives all the resources we need at no cost from any major fire threatening Quincy, such as happened this past August when the Minerva fire burned for several weeks dangerously close to Quincy. Thankfully, hard work and aggressive firefighting by firefighters from both Plumas County and around Northern California helped prevent the loss of any homes in Quincy. We are also very proud of our public education and fire prevention efforts in the schools, businesses, partner agencies, and throughout the community every year. We are proud to be involved in the community in other ways, through events like the Community Supper, auto race standbys, fundraisers, pancake breakfast, parades, and numerous other public service events. At Quincy Fire, we applaud the selfless contributions our volunteers make to protecting and supporting our community. For these reasons and more, we once again ask you to vote yes on Measure A. It's the right solution for the protection of you and your community.